We trust you will be a great asset to the company. Great asset to the company. Asset. Great asset to the company. Asset. Great asset.
After playing Lethal Company for several weeks now, here are the top 10 mods I think that add a lot of quality of life increases to the game that you should try. Before we get started, if you don't know how to mod Lethal Company, I definitely recommend going over to thunderstore.io and go ahead and install their application. It is a very easy mod tool that allows you to manage all of your mods for many different games, including Lethal Company. After you install Thunder.io for the first time, you're going to go ahead and type in your game, which is going to be Lethal Company, select game. You have an opportunity to create many different profiles of different mods. I like to go ahead and create one different profile for every person I play with because everybody tends to use a little bit of a different mods than everybody else. So go ahead and create new. Name it anything you want. And one of the wonderful things is when you open it up and you start to install your mods, there's over 8,000 mods to the game. So I'm going to install one. So Mirror Decor, I'm going to go ahead and install it. And it asks me if I want to go ahead and download the dependencies in order to make it work. Obviously, I do. So it's an easy one-button install. It's fantastic. And it installs everything you need. Once you install all the mods that you want, you can go ahead over to the My Mods tab. It'll show you all the mods you have enabled. If you ever want to disable or uninstall one of the mods and you don't want to use it anymore, you go ahead and click on it. Uninstall, disable, whatever you want to do. And also, this is where you're going to come to update all of your mods. Or you can go into your settings, the little cogwheel here, and you can either disable all mods, enable all mods. There's an option to be able to update all of your mods if you had updates available in here. Right here, update all mods. Also, one of the things I like about Thunder.io is if you go ahead and you want to share your profile with somebody else, one of your friends you want to play with, you can go ahead and export the profile as a code. Copy that code, send it on over to them, and what they would do on their end is they would go ahead, open Lethal Company, create new, but first import. So they would go ahead and hit import and update, new profile, from code, import, and it would create a brand new profile that they're able to name, and they would have all of the mods that you have. And all they would have to do from that point on is go to the mods friend code or whatever they named it, open it up, and hit this modded play button right here, and it would immediately open the game. Now that we've gone over how to mod the game with Thunderstore, let's get into some of the mods that I think you should definitely give a shot if you haven't already. First one up is Late Company by A Normal Twig. This mod allows anybody, when you are in orbit, to be able to join the game, even if it's already started. This is a massive improvement because Vanilla Lethal Company will only allow somebody to join at the very beginning of the gameplay. So that means that when your computer screen here says that you are orbiting a planet, or you're at the company or anything else, you're off a planet, it will indeed allow a friend to be able to join off you through Steam. And that is an incredible thing because it allows people to go and come as they please. If they ever encounter a glitch or a bug or anything like that, they're able to join right back in or just join in general. I think this is one of the most crucial plugins to have in the entirety of Lethal Company because it is such a pain in the butt to have to start all over again just because somebody wants to join and get in on the fun. Number 2 is going to go to More Company by Not Swipes. This is one of the most stable More Company mods I have seen. And what it does is it allow more people to join than just the base vanilla amount of 4 players, which is really handy and allows you to get more people in on the fun. Now, when you go and launch the game with More Company on and you hit host, you're going to notice that the max size of the crew is 32 people instead of 4. And that'll allow you to go ahead and turn on friends only or public, whatever you want to do, and pick a file save. So 32 maximum players. Now, I will say that the UI doesn't always support more than 8, but it allows you to get 32 people inside of your ship, which is a maximum increase from just 4. Also, another thing about this mod is it does come cooked in with some cosmetics. So on this bottom right-hand side of your screen here, you're going to see this green icon. You click on that, it allows you to put as many cosmetics on your character as you'd like to, which is just a cool little fun flavor thing to get some personality going on your character. Speaking of adding more flavor to your character, we're going to be going into the next number 3, More Suits by X753. There are so many different suit mods out there, but this one is the one I enjoy the most. When you're using this mod, you're inside of the ship, you're going to notice that there's way more suits on your hangar than there was before, than just the traditional orange one. So you have Smiley, you have the Slayer, you have Skeleton, you have Minion, you have Mario, you have Luigi, Knuckles, Kirby. You can add some additional ones on there as well if you'd like to. So there's an option to do that in the config file. So this is a very, very cool mod that allows you to put on a new suit and really take on a new character. Number 4 mod is going to be more emotes by Sludgili. And this one basically very plainly just adds more emotes to the game. So this mod by default, when you hold down V, adds an emote wheel into your gameplay to be able to easily allow you to access any of the emotes that is added. But they basically occupy your number keys of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So here you go. You can see some of them. They add in things like the middle finger. You can go ahead and clap, do some new dances, go ahead and twerk and go back it up. You can back that thing up if you want to into your teammates. You go ahead and do a salute. So there are some cool emotes to be able to add into here to make for some more fun gameplay for sure. The number 5 mod is going to faster item dropship by Flip Mods. This basically just makes sure that when you go ahead and you order something at the beginning of a round, that dropship is going to come almost immediately at the very beginning of the round. You don't have to wait a couple seconds for it, basically allowing you to get right into the gameplay. Time could be of the essence when you're on a flooded or a stormy map. So being able to get that dropship a little bit faster doesn't really feel like it breaks the gameplay at all. To show what this looks like, I'm landing on a moon right now. I'm just landing at the company. I'm going to go ahead and quickly go over here and type in, I'm going to order a flashlight. Run outside. And you can already see that it is coming down. And there you go. Got my flashlight. So really it just decreases the amount of time you're sitting around waiting for the dropship to be able to show up with your stuff that you ordered. Really not that big of a deal, just a nice little quality of life thing that I think is good to have. Mod number 6 is going to be called Let Me Look Down by Flip Mods. And this basically just allows the players to be able to look down further than they were before in base vanilla. I'm going to show you each one with the mod and without the mod to show you the difference of how far you can look down. So inside gameplay right now with the mod, I can go ahead and I can look down. And I can pretty much exactly see almost completely downward. All I can't see is my feet. So it allows me to look straight down and see the bottom of this cliff. I just went ahead and quickly uninstalled the mod, so I'm going to go back to the same position I was in before. Here on the railing, looking straight forward. And I can kind of see down, but I can't see completely down. It kind of stops me with like a little bit of an invisible barrier before I get to the bottom. So like I said, this is a really small change, but honestly, when I'm trying to make a jump, it really does help being able to see completely downward. Mod number 7 is going to be Helmet Cameras by Rick Arge. And this is one of my favorite mods out there, I think, because as a content creator, it allows me to see all of my players' perspective inside of the gameplay, even if I'm inside of the ship. So really what this does is it gives you the opportunity to monitor people's first-person views on their player's helmet camera. So right now, I'm in a single-player game, but it is monitoring me, so you can see that as I move around, you can perfectly see on the right screen there everything that I am looking at. So if anybody was inside of the ship, doing teleporters or whatever they were doing in here, trying to see if they could teleport anybody out of a bad situation, or trying to tell them where loot is on the map, they would be able to see everything that person sees. And I think that's really important because sometimes when you're playing the person inside of the ship, it can be super boring. You could be just in here dancing around, having a good time, but you can't see what's going on inside. All you can see is the view on side of the little mini-map camera there. But this really allows you to feel like you're part of the game, and I think that's really important. Mod number 8 is going to be Ship Loot by Tiny Hoot. And this mod allows you to see the total amount of scrap you have inside of your ship just by right-clicking anywhere inside of it. You don't have to have all of the stuff inside of your point of view anymore to be able to get the correct amount. So to show how this works, I'm inside of my ship right now, and I don't really see any stuff inside of the ground. You know, it's all basically inside of my red cabinet over there. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm not even going to look at that red cabinet. I'm going to right-click. And it says ship total is 859. So without even looking at the stuff inside of the ship, like the materials that I have to sell, I can tell there's 859 scrap worth of stuff inside of the ship right now, which is fantastic because in vanilla, you would have to look directly at it and it would tell you the total. And even then, it's not giving you the correct total. So go ahead. And there you go. So now you know exactly how much you have inside of your ship without having to get the correct angle and all of the stuff. Number 9 mod is going to go to Skinwalkers by Rug Bug Redfern. And this is one of the mods that has made a really big splash in the entire community, because essentially what this does is any NPC in the game, any enemy mobs out there, it allows it to give the possibility for them to replicate the voice of any of your teammates inside of the gameplay, which is unbelievably terrifying. Because sometimes you'll hear a player talk or you'll hear one of your friends talking and nobody will be there. It could be a bracket, it could be a coilhead, it could be a loot bug, it could be anything at all, waiting to trick you and get you to come closer to it. Here's an example of what this looks like during gameplay. Oh, fuck.
I stepped in freaking...
You stepped in what? You stepped in what? All in all, the Skinwalker mod adds for a lot of amazingly terrifying and hilarious gameplay opportunities that I definitely recommend everybody tries at some point. Lastly, number 10 goes to Health Station by Thorlar. This is one of the mods I was very hesitant about putting on the list at all, because my idea here was to give you quality of life mods. And I don't know if this one hits the mark, but it definitely is handy to have. What this does is every time you charge anything in the charging station on your ship, it does heal you as well. So as you can see in the top left-hand corner, my character is very injured. It has a red health bar. It is definitely getting close to death. So what I can do here is I can take this flashlight, go up to the charging pad, hold it, and I get full health again. Now, this can be abused for sure. If you get, something like bees inside of your ship, you can constantly keep healing over and over again to basically never die, if you're lucky. So I don't really know if this is necessarily just a quality of life mod. This may be making the game just a little bit easier than it needs to be, but it is something I definitely recommend checking out if this is something you're interested in. It has saved my life many times. I really do believe that this game should have some sort of healing mechanic with inside of the game. I'm very surprised it doesn't have a health pack or something. So having that definitely is very handy. And those are the 10 mods that I recommend you try in Lethal Company. Hope you found this video useful. If you did, please make sure you drop a like and subscribe for more content, as I'm definitely going to be doing more Lethal Company in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Happy scrapping. And of course, continue to be a great, great asset to the company.